A man who knows a thing or two about playing in national championships with Alabama, Greg McElroy. Greg, what is this like from the Alabama perspective, their student athletes getting back to this stage?
Well, it's the status quo now. It feels like every year they're here. So it's easy to say, hey, you approach it, like just like any other game. It's a lot easier to say it when you do it every year. So for the most part, they've honestly gone about their business, and this is nothing outlandish to them. Clemson, of course, has been here too, so it's not really giving Alabama a tremendous advantage in that regard, but dealing with this type of environment takes some getting used to, and fortunately for Alabama, they've had a lot of practice.
Jalen Hurts hasn't been here on this stage, at least on the field. What's going to go through his mind as a young quarterback in the national championship game?
I think obviously he's going to see the bright lights, and that's understandable. I think also at the same time you have to appreciate the type of atmosphere that you have, and you kind of have to soak that up to a certain extent. So a lot of people will say, hey, just treat it just like any other game, but I would actually say, man, could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Stop and smell the roses a little bit too. So enjoy the ride and enjoy the game, enjoy the pregame festivities, and when the ball kicks off, then treat it just like any other game. But certainly enjoy the build-up, because these opportunities are few and far between for every school other than it seems like Alabama.
Of course, the big news is Lane Kiffin leaving and Steve Sarkisian coming in. How big of a factor is that? And does Nick Saban have a bigger hand on this offense than we realize?
He certainly knows what's going on in the game plan, and I'm sure that they all work together to try to put together the best offensive plan they can. But to a certain extent, I think it's a big deal, frankly. But at the end of the day, I don't necessarily mean that it's going to be a bad thing. Steve Sarkisian's a capable offensive coordinator and has called plays in a championship format for him before, and I think he'll do a really nice job. It's just, how is he going to act on game day? And we don't really know to this point, but we know that in the week leading up, he's done a wonderful job of endearing himself to the players and building confidence in an offensive unit that might have lost some after the most recent performance. So I think he's done a really good job. He's passed every test at this point. Now the only thing left is game day, where Lane Kiffin always seemed to shine, and Steve Sarkisian hasn't had that opportunity to do so yet.
Greg McElroy, thanks so much.
Thanks, man.